Hello. Hello. I am here and we are live. Hopefully. There's always a moment where I wait for everything to catch up with the delay and I'm like, are we actually live? But no, we're live and we're here for more Dainslef. I mean more Genshin, but also Dainslef. I mean Dainslef. Let's be honest here. We are finishing up the 5.7 Archon quest. Where is my model? There it is. I had it turned off from last night. We are finishing up the 5.7 Archon quest today, which will be fun. So last night we finished with Dane, like, talking with his mentor from back in the Conria days. Now we have to go. Where are we going to? We're returning to the cave to investigate. And also, Conria might or might not exist now. Who knows? It might be real again. Who knows? Girl, what you doing all the way down there? Ooh. Deirdre, are you okay? Did something happen? Oh, wow. Whoa, it's the red blocks. Oh, it's the red blocks. Oh. Oh, wow. What is this? Could this be the cataclysm? Is this where Deirdre is right now? So she really is. It's a little more complicated than that, but yeah. No, I come from your future. My world isn't going to end. Your world might. Ah, wow. It's the red Jenga blocks. Well, how much do you actually want to know that? Because I can tell you. I don't know if you'll like the answer. Horrible news for you. My brother kind of sucks. Oh my god, I had it muted the whole time. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I had it muted the whole time. Yeah, hate to break it to you, Deidris. My brother kind of sucks, apparently. I'm learning. I'm learning he might suck a little bit.
I'll carry on looking for him, even if you're not there to protect me.
Horrible news, sweetheart. Horrible news.
Although, in a way,
I think you should just name me the savior and we'll move on from there.
I've already found my savior.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
protected me, and I believe you can protect us all. You're the one who can change everything.
I mean, I'll try my
It's
best.
just too bad that we're not from the same time or place.
Yeah, me being 500 years in the future is a little hard to fix things. Ooh, are we finally gonna figure out what's going on with her hand?
One last thing before I forget. I know how much you want to find your brother. Surely he must be desperate to find you too.
the first time we spoke to each other again, he fucked off through a portal? I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
So, is there anything you can give me as a memento? Proof that we met?
Oh. Oh, the key to the spaceship that we have, that we found in the cave, isn't our siblings. It's ours. But we give it to her, and then it ends up back in that cave before she presumably dies.
That way, when I do find him, I can convince him that you're also searching for him.
Memento? Wait.
Huh? What is it?
Oh. Oh. If this is her future, if this is her fate, give the key to Deidris or keep the key. We can't prevent her from becoming a heliotrope. That we don't have that power. I'm gonna give the key to Deidris. Oh. 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 Hi, Aether. So, that's what happened. Aetheroth, the ruler of time, must have had a hand in this. There's no other way that this meeting could have taken place. Aether, you knew all this? I only knew the ending. I've always been curious about the events that led to it. When the cataclysm first began 500 years ago, I, as the Prince of Conria, was preparing to do my part, to fight back with all my might. But then this girl, Deidris, she found me. The irony was that even as she desperately begged me to save the world, she brought news of you. I was stunned, and I was suspicious of her claim that you were searching for me. But then she showed me the key to your hibernation chamber. So, she actually did it? We've been separated ever since I awakened into that. I searched the whole planet and found no trace of you anywhere. And then she brought me that news at the worst possible moment. I was faced with an extremely difficult decision. I desperately wanted to see you again, but Conria was equally desperate, with an equally desperate need of my help. I knew that no matter what I chose, I'd regret my decision for the rest of my days. So I steered myself against the guilt and made my decision. I went to see you. And then, but when I found you, you were still in hibernation. Even the key to the chamber was still secure on your person. You're saying 3 keys existed simultaneously in that moment? I couldn't make sense of what I was seeing. There was no time to think. I just grabbed you and ran. That's where we are right now. An intersection in our memories. The questions haunted me for the past 500 years. I never imagined the answer would come to me like this. So my action 500 years in the future set everything in motion? Are you mocking me, Iseros? Deirdre succeeded in bringing us together, but unfortunately, it is versions of us 500 years apart. She hoped the savior would rescue Conria and save the entire world. But instead, the news she brought led the savior to make the complete opposite decision. How awful. Is that her fate? Is that how her story must end? Has Conria been revived? Have you done what you set out to do? Not yet, but I've taken a very important step. Now the ley lines of Conria are complete. I'd always thought that Tibet's ley lines were locked by the heavenly principles. No more can be added, and existing ones cannot be replaced. But excuse me. But then I learned that Natlan's Night Kingdom appeared to be an exception to the rule. It has intrigued me ever since. So I directed the Abyss Order to feign attack on Natlan, buying me some time to enter the Night Kingdom and negotiate with the Lord of the Night. Unfortunately, for other reasons, even the Night Kingdom cannot host any new ley lines. The most I could do was get some room to carry out the weaving process. The Lord of the Night did say before that even she can only reconstruct Natlan's ley lines. It's probably for the same reason. Still, I received the Lord of the Night's permission and activated the Luma Fate. Using the Intivet as the base, I was able to grow a realm based on the Conria 500 years ago, superimposing it over the present day's Natlan space-time. That superimposition is what allowed you and Didris to cross paths. That's what I saw in my dream. He's not lying about that, at least. But what I don't understand is why did the Lord of the Night agree to this? After that, the new Conria was enriched with memories of the old, drawn from the Abyss Order's members in their meditation sessions. With those memories as raw materials and the superimposed realm as a template, the Luma, the Luma Fate finally finished its work. Excuse me, it's vaguely difficult to talk. Oh, that is such a cool design for like a magical device. That is so cool. Now what I hold in my hands is the Atlas of the New World. This is the product of the Loom of Fate, holding within it the entire network of New Conria's ley lines. With this, the nation once known as Conria can rise again. One day, I will find a suitable host location for it. Why? Why is reviving Conria so important to you? I don't understand. Is it really just because of guilt? When I first arrived in Conria 500 years ago, my memory was completely blank. Oh. It was only after I had served at the Prince for many years that I slowly began to remember everything, including you. What? Your memories were erased? But recovering old memories didn't simply erase the part of my life I spent in Conria. I still see it as a second home. That's why my guilt weighs so heavily on me, because even so, that only but only so, that only consents part of my motive. More importantly, I wish to speak with the heavenly principles as an equal. I will need the might of an entire world behind me. We're not in hell. We're in New Conria, kind of, a little bit, maybe. uh, so what we've discovered is Aether and the Abyss Order as a whole succeeded in reconstructing Conria. With the caveat of Tibet can't host more ley lines. It is at like max capacity. So like while they have the full set of Natlan's ley lines, or not Natlan, apologies, of Conria's ley lines, they have nowhere to put it. There's no space for it now. So they just put like an image of it over Natlan, creating like kind of a second universe, but not quite. And that's why we can talk with Deirdre. Is because she's from that recreation of Conria. Also, it turns out the reason Aether didn't save Conria 500 years ago is because Deidris told him about us, and he went to try to find us, abandoning Conria. So fuck off, Aether. Dude, and apparently he had his memories erased when he arrived in Tibet for the first time. So, like, this place was like his home for how many years? And then he just said, nah, fuck that, I'm leaving. It is incredibly complicated. If I wish to speak with the heavenly principles as an equal, I will need the might of an entire world behind me. Oh. Oh, that wasn't good, was it? None of this is good. I don't know why. But the way you're talking, it just doesn't sound like you at all. Aether, this whole thing, your plan, what does it have to do with us? All along, it's only ever been about us. Goodbye, Lumine. We will begin anew at the end of your journey. Oh. Yeah, toxic Aether and Zhao is somehow more toxic than we all originally believed. That cutscene was beautiful, man. I do very much want to slap the shit out of Aether, though.
Everyone's been waiting for you.
Yeah, Ian son, I kind of need a minute. I very much want to beat the shit out of my sibling right now. Full opposite sides right now. I am ready to beat the shit out of him. Just give me the word.
The Abyss Order made a full retreat before our forces even arrived on the scene. All thanks to your efforts, no doubt. Oh, and Mr. Dainslef's, of course.
Yeah, where is Dane? Where did you put him?
What's wrong? You look upset.
Well, I kind of just found out my brother might be worse than I thought he was.
Paimon doesn't know the details either. The traveler just disappeared after taking Deirdre's hand. It was like they got sucked into another world.
That's because I kind of did.
Paimon was looking all over for her, and then she suddenly reappeared, right back in the same spot. But looking a lot more glum.
It's fine. I need some time to take everything in. Oh no! Go away, Fit Lolly! Go away! Oh, and she's drunk. Oh.
I think I got the gist of what happened.
Don't talk about my brother. Only I'm allowed to talk shit about my brother.
I spoke with the Lord of the Night in a dream just now, and learned quite a lot.
When I talk to the Lord of the Night myself, I want to hear it from her, not from you.
Huh? You met your brother?
I did. We had a long talk.
And you didn't think to tell Paimon right away? Well, never mind. Paimon can see that you're pretty down right now. But let's go over everything later, alright? What your brother accomplished? It all but defies comprehension. I was stunned when I heard about it too.
Sit Lolly, you're not part of this conversation. Go
The
home.
most was that the Lord of the Night actually chose to allow it.
That caught me off guard, too. I would never have expected that.
The Lord of the Night did try to explain it to me, but in a word, it's complicated. During the war with the Abyss, Malwika had an argument with the captain.
Which one? I feel like she had multiple arguments with the captain.
Malwika believed that we should fight to protect our culture and memories, while the captain believed the preservation of the ley lines should come before all else.
Oh, yeah, that one.
So,
Then the
the
captain
Lord of the Night
died.
was very
Unfucking
intrigued when
fair.
presented with the Loom of Fate, and informed of its ability to weave ley lines. She saw your brother's actions as a potential third option, namely to preserve an entire nation in the form of an atlas.
Traveler Aether is just suddenly like, hey, Zhao, would you be okay if I was like super evil? Because I just had the weirdest dream where I was super evil.
Preserve a nation? You've definitely lost me now.
Okay, but Aether didn't like the Abyss Order didn't just preserve Conria. They remade it. It was gone and now it's back. That's a little more than let's preserve this. It's no, we're making it new, but it's the same as it was 500 years ago. Also, really unique choice to pick the time of the cataclysm to be the one you recreate, but go off, I guess.
You're not the only one. Paimon's got no idea what's going on either.
I'll explain it to you later, Paimon, don't worry.
With that in mind, the Lord of the Night gave the go-ahead once she was satisfied that the Loom of Fate wouldn't have any real effect on Natlan. However, I believe she imposed an additional condition of her own.
Mm-hmm.
An additional condition? Did she ask for something in return? No idea. She wouldn't tell me what it was.
What could the additional condition be?
Alright, well, let's not overthink this for now. We just won a war. Time for a well-earned drink to celebrate.
No, I'd prefer to go anywhere else.
I trust the Lord of the Night unreservedly. I'm sure she only involved herself to take a problem off our hands, so it's one less thing for us to worry about. Don't you agree, Traveler?
You've got a point. I still feel like it's I still feel like a mess though.
Come on, let's head back to the Collective of Plenty. Oh, Varessa should be there too. We'll treat you to a real feast.
Lumi to Hutao, it's like, hey, Hutao, would you still love me if I was like super duper super evil? Because I just had the I just had the weirdest dream. And Hutao's all down for it. They match each other's freak on a concerning level. I'm sorry, but there's somewhere else I want to be. But there's somewhere else I want to go first. Excuse me. Apologies. I'm gonna take a drink of water quick.
Eon-san, leave her be.
Don't speak for me, Sitlolly. Fuck off.
This might be hard to understand for an extrovert like you, but some people need alone time to recharge every once in a while.
Girl, it's not that. I just saw my brother and learned he was super duper evil. I want to go, like, talk to my flying fairy friend for a second.
Traveler?
Return to the cave you were previously in. I'm so happy I put this portable waypoint here. That was the best decision I made. Hmm. Before you know it, you've fallen asleep, drowning in a myriad of thoughts. You faintly sense what feels like someone clasping your hand, but this time it sends you into a deep sleep where sweet dreams await. A space and time for you. Quest complete. Quest completed. I wish we got just a tiny bit more Dainslef. I lied in the title. It's not time for more Dainslef. Can't believe I'm a liar. This game made me a liar. Oh. I'll get Skirk eventually. I have a whole patch to or half a patch to save up for her. Speaking of Skirk though, considering that only took us less than a half hour to finish, that was the end of the quest. And now it is time for Skirk's quest, because that only took us a half hour to finish. Whispers betwixt stars and night, sinister undercurrent. On an otherwise ordinary day, directly after you find out your sibling was super mega evil, you suddenly feel a strange discomfort. Oh yeah, I would call that a strange discomfort. Why does Taimon's voice sound so far away?
We've been traveling all over lately, so maybe you've come down with something. That's it. We're getting Baiju over.
Baiju! Okay, give me 1 minute. I have to change the title of the stream to include, Skirk's story quest. Because I honestly kind of expected that we still had, like, another hour of quest left, but I feel like that one was an appropriately length quest. It's time for my Dainslef and Skirk's story. If I could spell story, STORY. Quest. Thick. It is truly the would you still love me if I was a worm in the worst possible direction. Alright. Alright, now we can I got an achievement, right. Let's go see Baiju. I love Baiju. I'm so excited for more Skirk. We literally have not seen her. Excuse me. We have not seen her in like over a year at this point. My god.
Oh. Baiju wasn't in his shop.
Oh, you're looking for Dr. Baiju. He's resting today, but he said to send any patients to the back room.
Okay. Thanks.
But it doesn't sound like he's resting then. Sounds like he's just doing work in a different direction. I'm hoping we get more Dane in this quest, cause like Dane and Skirk would be such a fun interaction. Can you just tell that I want more Dainslef? Baiju! Looks like we have a special guest.
Traveler, Paimon, welcome. What can I do for you?
It's the Traveler. She looks absolutely beat these days. She has these huge dark circles around her eyes, like she hasn't slept a wink.
Paimon, I just discovered my sibling is like so evil.
And she keeps spacing out. You have to call her name several times before she snaps out of it. What do you think it is? Is she sick?
Oh, it looks prone to sickness. I find that surprising. I guess I could be. I'm not sure.
Very peculiar. In all the time we've been acquainted, this is the first time you've come to me with a health complaint. Come, let me take a look at you.
Okay, Paimon does not like that expression, Baiju. It's not serious, is it?
Yeah, you never want to hear your doctor go, Never good. Never good if your doctor doesn't seem to know what's going on.
Complexion is good, eyes are clear, breathing is steady, pulse is
I
strong.
do. I know I hide my love of Dane so well.
Physically, you appear to be in good condition, traveler. In theory, your energy level should reflect that. You should be feeling right as rain.
And yet, I do feel like something is off.
Hence my concern. A clean bill of health is usually a good thing, but in this case, it likely means your situation is more complicated.
Oh no.
Physical illnesses come with detectable symptoms that can be used to diagnose, medicate, and cure the condition. But afflictions of a non-physical nature, they fall outside a doctor's realm of expertise.
Huh? What do you mean?
No,
Non-physical nature.
that is completely true. Considering Lumine is not from Tibet, she could literally just function a little bit differently. Like there's no logic saying that she has the same like immune system or like her heart and lungs function the same way as people from Tibet do. She could literally function completely different.
Curses, dark magic, it's hard to say. It could just as easily be a simple case of mental fatigue.
Oh, I feel that.
Why don't you rest here for a bit? Whatever it is we're dealing with, clues to your condition are sure to reveal themselves in time. Once we know the root cause, we can administer the right treatment.
I've seen my fair share of mental afflictions. To start with, some calming incense. A good night's sleep and a good meal will do you a world of good.
In the meantime, Chongsheng and I will review the relevant literature for afflictions that present with mental fatigue.
Dude, imagine Lumine does have like a completely different immune system. The first day she's in Tibet, she touches a sweet flower or something and literally just keels over dead because they're like super poisonous to her or something.
Still, we're not experts on this kind of thing. I'll say we should strongly consider calling in a specialist as soon as possible.
Oh, must be a rare condition if not even Baiju and Changsheng have seen it before.
This could just be something that's like been stewing in me for the past 500 years since I got here. It might just be something that I've yet to unearth.
Well, all we can do is take their advice. You look like you're about to collapse anyway. Just get some rest. Paimon will be right here by your side. Fingers crossed you'll be all better when you wake up.
Aw, thank you, Paimon. Time for a nap. Whispers betwixt stars and the night. Well, let's take a rest. What demons are we gonna find now in our head? Lumine just needs a therapist, that's all. Oh, great. Where am I? There's a thick fog covering my field of vision. This feels more than a dream, but too chilling to be real life. My breath freezes in my throat before I can exhale it. Feels like my soul has been wrenched from my body and thrust into this strange, unfamiliar space. Whichever direction I look in,
there's no end in sight. And worse than that, I think there's something in the fog following me like a shadow. If this is a dream, how long till I wake up? And if it's not, then where in the world am I? Oh! Ugh, what in the... Something just pierced through the fog and stabbed me in the back. But there's no blood. There's a strange light coming from the wound, and I see this familiar-looking spike retreating back into the darkness. Deep inside, it feels like a part of me is missing. And now another wave of fatigue is washing over me. We're on Cube Island! The island of cubes. Paimon, I just had a wild-ass trip.
Rise and shine. Time to wake up. For once, you're making Paimon look like an early riser. It's already afternoon. Hopefully all that sleep did you some good. Feeling any better?
Paimon, I need you to check if there's a cut on my back.
What? Did you scratch yourself in your sleep? All right, let Paimon take a look.
Paimon is adorable. I love Paimon so much.
Nope, nothing there. Wait, did you have a nightmare?
Something nightmare adjacent. Hey, I mean, sometimes you just gotta get that last monologue out before you die.
Okay, don't panic.
Excuse me.
Paimon heard that dreams tell us what we need by showing us the opposite. So, if you had a nightmare, maybe all you need is something to cheer you up. Come on, Paimon will treat you to something yummy.
Aww. I don't think it's gonna be that easy, Paimon, but thank you. Feel like we're gonna have a few more demons to deal with this time around than just and food might not just be enough to fix us, but thank you for the offer. You and Paimon head to Whamming restaurant. Something that something isn't right. Paimon orders a bunch of dishes to cheer you up.
What? So, in this dream, you were trapped in a weird place with thick fog everywhere, and then a spike came out of nowhere and stabbed you in the back?
Yep.
Oh. Okay, well, that's a new one. Are you sure it was a dream? Because from the way you describe it, it sounds like you were really there. But then again, you woke up right where you went to bed. And you were definitely in a deep sleep this morning.
I don't know what to make of it either. Maybe it was just a very lifelike dream?
Then it's decided. Paimon will stay up and watch over you tonight. If anyone tries to mess with you, Paimon will beat him up. Or, wake you up first and then we can beat him up together.
That's very sweet of you, Paimon. Paimon's smile has a way of putting me at ease. But what I saw is still bothering me. The dream was so chilling, and it almost felt like there was something watching me from some corner of the world even now. Something stabbed me in my dream, but when I woke up, there was no wound. Still, if I focus on that area, I feel a vague aching, almost as if, deep underneath the flesh, something is.
Something is missing.
Hi, Skirk.
Did you just say something?
You heard that too?
The flesh remains whole, but the soul is incomplete.
Hi,
If they
Skirk.
resolved, the mind will wither away along with it.
What the? Wait! Paimon remembers you! Your child's master! Orc?
Skork. Skirk.
Right! What are you doing here? The last time we saw you was at the Primordial Sea in Fontaine, right? But then we left and never learned where you went after that.
Yeah, where have you been?
Someone's been looking silverware for you, by the way. What brings you to Wanmin Restaurant of all places? You came here looking for us? And were you the one behind that hocus pocus just now?
Tell me, what is it that you saw? Tight-lipped, huh? I suppose that's fair.
She's so pretty. Her eyes are so pretty.
You, I'll take a glass of wine.
Excuse me.
Hmm? Oh, of course. Coming right up. We make this one in-house. It's not too strong. Enjoy.
Chef Mao, I'll take a grilled tigerfish over here.
Coming right up. Ah, if I knew we'd be this busy, I wouldn't have approved Shenhe's vacation.
At the end of the day, what happens to you is of little consequence to me. I'm not here to try and win you over. Trust me or not, the choice is yours. If you want my help, now's the time to speak up. You have until I finish my drink.
What do you know about the situation, and why are you here?
I was investigating an abyssal disturbance in the area and happened to notice you. Part of your soul is damaged, and the wound bears traces of abyssal
Oh.
corrosion. Need I say
Wait, you
more?
can do that? You can just, like, damage your soul?
Neither of those things sound good.
Skirk seems to know something. And given what I've seen of her strength, I bet she can tell what happened to me. I don't know what her goal is, but in this moment at least, I don't think she has bad intentions.
Well, should we trust her?
What do you think, Paimon?
She mentioned an abyssal disturbance. Maybe that has something to do with what's going on with you. But we could always find a different expert on the abyss to help us out.
Not on short notice.
Yeah, and that thing she said about your soul being damaged is scary.
Okay, listen, Skirk has had a break from child for like 20 years or something. 15? 10? One of those numbers. What? I don't think it was 20. I think it's 10. Or maybe 15. It's 10 or 15. It's one of those two numbers. She's had a break from child for that long.
Skirk's an interesting one, that's for sure. But from what Child's told us, she doesn't seem evil, at least.
Yeah. Just chaotic, neutral, probably.
1, 2, 7.
She needs another
That'll
one.
do.
Fair, fair. I love child, but he is a lot.
Well, have you made up your mind?
What I saw was a dark space shrouded in a dense fog that wouldn't disperse. You give Skirk a brief description of your dream.
So that's all we know, Miss Skirk. Ma'am, can you help us?
So, you couldn't disperse the fog.
I mean, I didn't exactly try, but sure.
I understand. Come find me in the Guili Plains when you're done here. Oh, and I left cash for the drink on the table. Settle the bill for me, will you?
Sure thing.
Oh, okay. Huh? She disappeared.
You and Paimon quickly finish your meal and go settle the bill.
Wait, hold on. You overpaid. Here's your change.
Yeah, that's a good description of child. He's just like a lot.
Oh, no. This includes the drink, so it should be the right amount.
I didn't think you two ordered a drink.
What? No, you literally gave us a drink and then went, "Oh, if I knew it was going to be so busy, I wouldn't have approved Shenna's vacation."
We didn't. It was that lady who came and sat with us, remember? You brought it out to her yourself.
You sure? I could have sworn there were only 2 of you at that table.
What?
What?
Hey, Paimon, don't steal my lines.
What'd you put in their dish, Chef Mao? Some kind of hallucinogenic mushroom? You got them seeing things.
Fuck off, don't talk to me.
Seeing things? Wait, so neither of you noticed her? Young lady? About this tall? Wearing a purple dress? She ordered a glass of wine.
Oh, now you mention it, that vaguely rings a bell. And it looks like I did open the wine jar, so it must have just slipped my mind. In any case, that settles your bill. Come again soon.
Okay, so what? Chef Mao, check please.
Coming!
Okay, what was going on there? It's like they didn't remember Skirk being there at all.
Huh.
Even Paimon was half convinced we hallucinated the whole thing. But that Mora she left for us was definitely real.
Also, there was definitely wine on the table that we didn't order.
Oh, this whole situation is giving Paimon the creeps. But anyway, she told us to head to the Guili Plains, right? Let's not keep her waiting.
Let's hurry. All right. Ooh, Rift Arms.
Whoa, what are all these rift hounds doing here?
No! No, she's bothering us even in quests she's not part of!
Huh, looks like they're collecting something.
Okay, Rift Hounds should never be collecting anything. I think we should probably just kill these guys.
Let's go check it out.
Have you considered murdering the Rift Hounds? I feel like... Oh, wow, okay. I feel like people keep being way too slow to murdering members of the Abyss Order.
So, this is what they were collecting. It looks kind of like...
Wow, God remains, hello. I also do love, Excavier's little tray just floating there. God remains?
Yeah. What is going on here?
Why are there God remains here?
From the moment they are born, all beings with great power have an impact on this world. Even if their body
Oh.
is sundered and their soul extinguished, their influence remains. Gods are the most common example of that. The remnants of gods who fell thousands of years ago remain buried deep within the earth, carrying within them a warped will and a dark curse. Together, these remnants form what you call God remains, and it appears that some of those sealed here were dug up and removed. There are traces
Okay.
left, but they're fading fast.
Paimon, what are you doing? Oh, she's checking to make sure Skirk is real.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Just wanted to make sure you were, real? She's definitely not a ghost traveler. Paimon poked her, and she's solid.
I love Paimon, and I am loving this new voice for her.
Definitely not a ghost traveler. Paimon poked her, and she's solid.
And she's solid.
After you left the restaurant, the other diners acted like you were never there.
Your life hangs in the balance, and that's what you're fixated on? Strange set of priorities.
Okay, well, 5 seconds ago, I didn't know my life hanged in the balance. So, cut me some slack.
It was just a trick to avoid being perceived. If someone notices me, those memories are erased. Simple as that.
I hate to break it to you, I brought those memories back for them.
Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show for it.
Jeez, okay.
Now, can we please get back on track?
Okay. Where were we? Right. The God remains. So, basically, there's now less of them here than there used to be, right? Isn't that a good thing?
Not if they were taken by
In our
someone.
experience, God remains are 100% bad news. A lot of terrible things have happened because of them.
Maybe it's a good thing by human standards, but power doesn't come from nothing, and it doesn't just disappear for no reason. The remains aren't just gone, they were taken.
Like, part of my soul was taken?
Very clever, traveler. You aren't the only one who had something taken from you. There are victims like you everywhere. The only difference being, you can speak, and the remains cannot. So it went unnoticed. Something similar happened in Sumeru. Within the span of one night, countless consecrated beasts were slaughtered, and a large
Oh.
amount of the god remains buried in the desert went missing. Of
Oh.
course, god remains are just one of the targets. The culprit is chipping away at sources of power all over this world, including the Stella Fortuna above.
Wait, you mean the stars?
Mm-hmm. 42 of them have died out in the past few months
Holy
alone.
shit.
In Conria, people believed that powerful individuals have corresponding Stella Fortuna. Even should that individual fall, their Stella Fortuna would not disappear, but gradually evolve into a new constellation. Yet now, stars are disappearing from the skies entirely, and it's not hard to deduce what's happening to the power they contain. Something has been leeching power from this world, like a parasite steals nutrients from a host. And now, it's no longer satisfied with the remains of the dead. It wants you. This time,
Oh,
it
that's
only
not
took a
great.
fragment of your soul. But next time, there's no telling how far it could go.
But why me?
No one knows. All I know for certain is this. Getting back what you lost will not be easy. Considering how much power this entity has stolen, it must be a god-level being by now at least. But that's not the real concern. Souls are fragile things, and yours could easily be crushed if you go up against it.
So you're gonna help us, right?
We're going to help each other. You are my ticket to uncovering this thing's true identity.
Okay.
Great! You seem super strong, and you know a lot about the Abyss, so Paimon will take it.
Thank you.
Don't get all mushy on me. All I'm doing is helping you get back to normal after a sudden crisis.
Whatever you
But I
say.
should warn you, getting mixed up with me can have unforeseen consequences. We're on very different journeys. You don't want to be in my debt, trust me. You help me uncover the truth behind this entity, and I'll help you recover what you lost. This is a transaction, that's all. You would do well to remember that.
Ooh.
Now, come along.
Yeesh! You'd think she'd be a little friendlier since she's agreed to help us. But nope, she's just like when we met her in the Primordial Sea. So cold. Well, whatever. If that's how it's gonna be, then she doesn't deserve our friendship. What she does deserve is a super embarrassing nickname. Ah, Paimon's got it. Frosty the Lavender Melon.
Aw.
Serves that ice queen right.
Whatever you say,
The
Paimon.
important thing is that we get that piece of your soul back.
Yeah, no, that's pretty
Let's
important.
follow her and see what sort of plan she's got.
Abyssal powers. She's also, like, not from this universe, so I fully I fully expect she has powers that we just don't understand. I mean, she grew back all her limbs after she lost them, so I think opening a portal to the abyss is probably
Whoa.
the least
This is
impressive
way
of her
better than
powers.
Paimon expected. Where are we?
Probably the abyss,
This
Paimon.
is where I live. I suppose it's the closest thing I have to a home.
Never mind, it's not the abyss. It seems like somewhere in the abyss. Okay, it is the abyss. I was
It is.
correct.
I brought you here because time flows differently in this place.
Okay.
I don't know how much Ajax has told you, but when he fell into this space, I mentored him for 3
Yeah,
months.
she is a starfish,
In that
basically.
time, only 3 days passed in the outside world.
Ajax? Oh, right! That's Child's real name! Yeah, Paimon remembers him mentioning something like that.
Yeah,
So,
like his
Paimon
main
here
character
is
trauma.
limited to 1 day in the outside world? That should mean we're safe from that power-hungry soul snatcher for now, right?
Yes, well, I didn't bring you here just to show you around. In the outside world, the traveler could be attacked at any moment. But coming here has bought us quite a bit of time. Now, we just need to figure out how to investigate that place you saw. The one full of fog. Both
I
your
fall asleep
description and
again?
the abyssal disturbance I felt point to that space having some connection to the abyss.
Maybe.
Could even be a domain similar to this one. The thief who
Ooh.
stole that fragment of your soul is hiding there. But the abyss is a chaotic and turbulent place. If we want to pinpoint their location, we need to see what that space looks like without the fog. Abyssal power can grant a special form of sight. Have you ever wielded abyssal power before?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Do you plan to learn?
For now, no. I'm kind of at the odds with the abyss.
That tracks. All the information you have suggests the abyss is something sinister.
Yeah,
Power is a
that
wild
that
and
would be
dangerous
hilarious. I
force
mean,
that
just like
always
opens
spells
her chest.
disaster.
And you're saying that's not true?
Depends on your perspective. Floods and hurricanes take countless lives too. But if one day you gain the power to control them, what was once a calamity is now just another tool in your arsenal.
All
No
right.
respect to your opinion, though. Just means we have to turn to the second best option.
What's this?
A little abyss crystal that contains my power. Wear it on your head, and we'll be able to perform dream mirroring when we fall asleep.
Ooh.
Dream mirroring?
It means experiencing whatever the other person is dreaming. Everything they see, think, and feel. Since you haven't studied the art of using abyssal power, and have no plans to jump in the deep end right now, I'll have to do the investigating for you. With dream mirroring, every time you
I've
slip
got
into a
to make
deep
sure
sleep,
my 7 different
I'll see with
hearts
my
are
own
still
Oh,
eyes what a
healthy
scene
and
plays
beating
out in your mind.
properly.
Then, I can guide you through the dream environment, and we'll take back what was stolen from you.
Huh. You make it sound so simple.
So all I need to do is wait? Is there anything you need me to do?
Tough to say. This is an unprecedented situation for both of us. Even assuming we do manage to find where this entity is hiding. Like I said, getting your soul fragment back won't be easy. To play it safe, I need to give you some special training first.
Ooh,
Wait,
I like
you're
special
gonna teach
training.
her some of your martial arts? Does that mean
Excuse me.
the next time we see Child, we have to treat him like our senior?
No!
Do as you
No!
want. For my part, I don't see you as my
I
disciple.
don't want to give Child
You're
anything
already a
else to
pretty
hold
good
over my
fighter.
head.
All I'm planning to do is build on your current skills and train you for the specific scenarios that I think we might face. But that's enough talk. If you're ready to do this, then come with me. Time might be more lenient here, but that's no excuse to waste it.
Oh, she
The
moves fast.
second heart gets
Hardly keep up with
extremely
her.
dusty, and the fifth is weirdly
So,
slimy.
special training, huh? Kind of a rare opportunity. With your skills, there's not a lot of people qualified to train you. The last time something like this happened was probably anti-Raiden Shogun training, right? Oh,
God, that
feels like
was a long time
ago.
ago. That was like 3, 4,
Skirk seems pretty strong too, though. Remember when she
3
said that the all-devouring
years
wall
ago?
was just her master's pet? Maybe we really will learn something here.
Alright, let's get learning. Begin the first round of special training. Should my traveler be built? Okay, hold on. You know what? You can have Rena sword for a moment. And then I think I have a Marsha Faye set. I legitimately thought I had more Marsha Faye pieces than this. I think I love like alien biology. Oof. I have like no good pieces, I'm learning. Well, all my good pieces are equipped on other characters. Alright. That should be an okay enough Hydro Traveler build for this.
Ready?
Bring it on!
Your training will be split into 3 stages.
Ooh,
Your
yeah.
movement,
Oh,
elemental abilities,
I
and
love
breathing
like
skills. We'll
alien-esque
start with
characters
blade
having like
You're drifting in this area,
weird
so
ass
I won't bore you
biology,
with the
especially with
basics.
like
During your
hearts
long
and
journey,
stuff.
you've no
Oof.
doubt sparred with a lot of talented sword fighters.
Yep.
Consciously or not, you will have picked up all kinds of techniques from them.
You bet. There's Kaya, Master Jean, Kuching. Oh, and Kazuha, Ayaka. Yeah, we've met sword masters like you in every nation we've been through. You sparred with a bunch of them too, right? Nice to know it's all gonna come in handy now.
We also watched Alhaitham beat the shit out of Sino, so
Don't get too
that had to
smart.
do
In
something.
sword fighting, techniques alone are not enough. You need a cohesive system to bring it all together. A style or school of fighting. To use the human body as an analogy, your style is your skeleton, the foundation, the framework. Techniques are the muscles and other flesh attached to the bones. This is where your strength comes from. Improving your sword fighting is like growing that body. If your frame got bigger and taller, but you didn't add any muscle mass, you'd be weak and flimsy. Then again, if you packed on pounds of flesh without a big enough frame to support it, you'd end up bloated and unwieldy.
Understood. So what's the next
You
step?
need to do some introspection. Take a good, hard look at your past experiences and figure out which parts of what you've
A
learned are just
filtration
techniques,
membrane.
and which parts can be used to form your own system of blade work. Only then will you get the full utility out of all your thoughts and observations along the way. Only then will every strike you deliver make perfect sense.
Wait, is that it? Paimon thought you were gonna teach her some cool new moves. Like when you went swoosh and opened a tunnel to another place.
One day, you'll reach a new level of power where you realize that even that's as basic a trick as any other. But right now, our sword styles are so wildly different that teaching you mere techniques is pointless. There are no shortcuts in the pursuit of power. Failure is your best teacher, and rigor is your coursework. That's all I have to say. Time to make a start. Train until you're satisfied with yourself. Now focus. Destroy the crystal columns as swiftly as you can.
Ah, I misclicked. I wanted to hold that for longer.
This is making Paimon's head spin. Hang in there, traveler!
Training progresses, your strength improves. I'm in the zone. Limitless power is surging through me. Woo! Oh. Oh, I missed.
Stay calm. Use your head. You have to keep it together.
Yay! We did it! Lumine eating rock because mineral. Because Lumine literally just eats salt rocks. Because that's normal where she's from. Literally just handfuls of salt rocks. Oh, I didn't read that. Amazing. This is transforming my whole view of sword work. I'm using the same techniques as ever, but now they're having different effects. It's as if I've unlocked a whole hidden door in my mind, and there's a wellspring of strength on the other side. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing images of the friends I've made in Tibet. There, there are the sword styles and techniques I've come to know.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Cut to the chase.
Consider a moment of true mastery that you've witnessed in another person and ask yourself, what lies beneath the surface? What's their guiding philosophy? What's their state of mind as they maneuver their weapon? Now take that and practice it right away with speed, skill, and strength, over and over, until your hand is one with your mind. This is the only path to true growth.
Paimon's unintentionally learned way too much about alien biology, and she has had enough.
Step on up. Dance with the waves.
I see eternity go by in an instant. The autumns of many years of single leaf that I shall slice in this maple flash and ask questions of the ages. Jesus Christ, Quazua, just shut the fuck up! My sword style. My journey. Aw, Paimon's sleepy.
If you start to tire, empty your mind, but do not stop. Stay in that frame of mind as you keep up the fight. Get rid of all redundant movements. Imagine your sword is an extension of your own body. Wield it just as you wield your arms, hands, and fingers.
'Twas on a deserted, moonlit night that the hero approached the vile dragon's limpid lair. Rain Cutter! Feathers fleeting wet, the white heron treads water, a sight without flaw. Master of Inazuma Kamisato art Tachijutsu.
With each slash of my blade, I feel my strength increasing. I don't know if my weapon can contain all this power. I'm in the zone. Limitless power is surging through me. Yeah. You slash and sweep until you've exhausted every ounce of your energy.
Huh. Looks like you've made some real progress. That concludes your training session.
Awesome! Paimon knew you could do it!
Aw, thank you, Paimon.
How do you feel?
Exhausted. I'm fighting to keep my eyes open.
As you should be. Time flies when you're training hard. You've actually been going for several days now with no rest.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Paimon's had a whole bunch of naps. But you were so focused, she didn't want to interrupt you.
Go get some sleep. I'll be doing the same very soon. Let's hope you see that foggy place in your dream, so I can get this investigation over and done with.
Lumi needs to eat, like, actual rocks to help her digest the stuff she eats. That's, oh, what animal is that? Is that cows that actually eat rocks because their stomachs can't properly, like, digest the grass and shit, so they need something in there to, like, mix it all up? Dude, I can barely sleep with my hair on my head. I could not imagine sleeping with flowers and this pointy ear spike on my head while I sleep. And feathers? God, how does Lumine function? She truly is not human. What is this place? She needs rocks in every stomach. Have I been pulled back into that place again? But Skirks said the dream mirroring would kick in when I fell asleep. So why am I back here? No. On closer inspection, this isn't the same dream as last time. It's dark and gloomy, but there isn't that chilling fog that made my hair stand on end. Hold on. If dream mirroring is a two-way process, maybe I'm seeing inside her mind while she's exploring mine. If this is her inner world, it's pretty bleak. I can occasionally make out the sounds of a flowing stream, but other than that, it's so empty. Oh, hi! Oh, wait! What is that? Wait! What a strange looking creature. Where did it come from? I think it wants me to follow it. Might as well see where it leads. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I think we've seen that at the very end of the... Give me 1 moment. Hold on. I hear a strange noise, and I'm not sure if it's just rain hitting my window or if the thing like holding my AC onto our window is falling off something. It is just rain. Today is the first full day we've had our AC set up for the summer because my house is old, so it doesn't actually have like built-in AC. We have to add our own AC. And today's the first day we've had, like, the first full day we've had it up for the summer, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't, like, falling apart. So far we have 3 stomachs, 7 hearts. It's just opening. Her biology is truly unique. It was in the Nokrai preview trailer, I think. Hold on. Where is it? Where are you, little guy? Oh. Huh. Okay, hold on. Let me Okay. I'm going to add an image onto screen. This is the little creature we see at the end of the Nokrai preview trailer. I want to see if it looks the same as this little creature. Stop moving, friend. Stop moving. Maybe? It's close. They're not the same creature.
Skipping classes again? We've talked about this.
They're not the same creature, but they're close. This one is less geometric.
Because he's a crabby old man, and he's a boring old man. I don't like going to his classes.
I feel you on that, Skirk.
Excuse me. You shouldn't talk about your teacher like that. It's very disrespectful.
All right, let's not get into a big fight about this. Skirks learned what she needs. There's no point forcing her to sit through more classes if she doesn't want to be there. But I'd still love to hear about what you got up to yesterday. Why don't you tell your dad all about it?
I went diving. saw this huge fish. I never knew they could get that big.
Like the fish we saw in her trailer.
Big fat head. I tried to shake its fin, but it just spat water at me. Oh, and today I'm gonna go to that prairie up north. There's supposed to be this giant bird there that can spit fire. I bet if I climbed on its back, it could fly me all the way to the stars.
Then I suppose your old dad should get one as a pet too. Otherwise, how are you gonna hear me call you for dinner up there in the stars?
When it's time to eat, I'll come back on my own, Zilly. Anyway, gotta go. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Wait! Put on a coat at least. You'll catch a cold. I'm talking to you, young lady. You spoil that child, you know. Ever since that merchant ship arrived, she practically lives outside. Always going on about exploring the beyond one day, whatever that means.
Let the kid do what makes her happy. Besides, we both know you're all bark and no bite. Come on, our little adventurer is gonna be hungry when she gets back. Let's get started on dinner.
Little guy, stay still for a sec. They're similar. They have similar, like, back fins. And they both have the glowy orb in the center of their face, but they are two different creatures.
High above. But what lies beyond the stars? Mountains as far as the eye can see? An endless snowy plain? Or maybe buildings taller than the sky, like the people from the merchant ship said? I can't be the only one asking these questions. The universe is fascinating. If only I could meet some other people like me. We could set sail together and explore every corner of the world. I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many amazing things out there, and I'm ready to see them all. But for now, I'm starving. Better get back.
Yeah. Which then, what's over there? Which then brings up the question of what is this thing? It kind of looks similar to a Sealy. It kind of looks like Sealy adjacent. And so does this one.
No, please spare the children. Stay back.
Oh dear.
Eliminate the threat.
Take him down.
Don't be scared.
This way!
We'll never
Oh.
make it! Fire. There's fire everywhere. What happened?
I told you we shouldn't have trusted these outsiders!
Why are you doing this?
I love Lumine being bioluminescent. That's incredible.
We welcomed you with our finest food and drink. Showed you the best our home has to offer. Gifted you cloth dyed by our own hands. And this is how you treat us?
Run! Save yourselves!
Captain, Zone 3 is clear and we have Zone 2 surrounded.
Begin extermination. Remember the orders from upper command. No one is to be left alive.
Rest assured, sir. We have enough munitions to annihilate these savages and burn their entire civilization to the ground.
Holy shit.
Good. The only ones who put up a real fight are that man and his wife, correct? What's their status?
We shot the man in the ankles and the wife broke her wrist attempting to fight back. They won't be doing much more fighting. They're holed up in their home for now, but they won't last long. To prevent them from making some kind of last stand, we're planning to clear out the other zones first so we can send a bigger squadron to surround them.
Well, well. Turns out some of these beasts do know how to use their claws. Now the threat these savages pose will be undeniable. Let them cling to what's left of their lives for a little longer. Once the other zones are cleared, I'll cut off their heads myself.
Jesus Christ. Smells like something's burning. What's going on?
Dad? Mom? Skirk, you're all right? Thank heavens.
I'm so happy to see you, sweet girl. But you need to go. It isn't safe here. They'll be back any second.
What happened? You're bleeding a lot. Dad?
This is the place. Alert all units. Prepare to surround.
Run, Skirk! Run as far away as you can. Don't trust anyone. Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but we need you to survive. My clever girl, so curious. You're already so brave. I know you're going to grow up to be such a positive light in this world.
Whenever you miss us, just play this song. Remember, life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
Break down the door! Look what we have here. A savage that can pluck a tune. Well, the show's over. You! Stop singing! Shut it! I said shut it or I'll make you! Fine. Have it your way.
What was that? Oh.
Oh, you're awake? I found a few clues while you were asleep, but it's only a start. Now, time for the second stage of your training. This time, the focus is elemental energy. Come find me when you're ready to begin.
Oof. Hello, Skirk.
Man, staying in the abyss feels so surreal. No day and no night. It's like time hardly exists. If we weren't careful to keep track, it feels like we'd have no idea how long we've even been here. Well, except for the fact that Paimon still gets hungry like clockwork. You go do your training. Paimon's gonna grab a bite.
You do that, Paimon. I'm ready to start.
The way I see it, the pursuit of power is divided into 3 stages. The first is mastering the use of standard weapons. Next is learning how to harness natural energy. And after that, you're free to challenge even higher dimensions. The natural energy of Tevat is, of course, elemental energy. But that's not my area of expertise. I draw from a different source of power.
A different source? That must mean...
Abyssal power, yes. Also known as the power of the Void Realm. My master, Sertologi, is a true expert in that area. After all, he was one of the group of 5 that infamously stole the all-encompassing power of the Abyss. An act for which the people of Conria gave them the epithet, the 5 Sinners. The elemental energy of Tevat, on the other hand, is derived from the power of the Light Realm. These 2 forms of energy exist in direct opposition to each other. Suffice to say, there's not much I can teach you this time.
But there's something familiar about the power you use.
It almost seems related to cryo in some way.
A keen observation, traveler. Call it respecting local norms. The Abyss stands in direct conflict with the will of this world. So, to make my life easier, I disguise my power to make it appear cryo-like in nature. It's a technique I learned from some Conrian ruins, known as the Seven Shifting Serpent. If you ever change your mind about delving into abyssal power, I can teach it to you.
Apologies, I took a bite of a granola bar thinking that she would talk for a little longer, but then she didn't. Abyssal power doesn't suit me. I have the ability to purify abyssal power.
So I've heard. You seem to have a knack for removing abyssal power. But is purification really what's going on there? Like I said, power does not simply disappear.
I made the same mistake a second time. What are you trying to say?
Just thinking out loud.
I'm not gonna make the same
Let's
mistake a
focus
third
on your
time.
elemental training. That's what's gonna help us if the situation gets tricky. True growth comes from adversity, but only if you make the choice to pick yourself up again every time you fall. So, it's time to push yourself to the limit, and then keep pushing. This is the only way to advance at pace. Use the power of Animo to clear the field as fast as you can.
The twins being bugs is so, being like bug-like would be so fun.
Observe your surroundings. Look for things you can use to tilt the scales of success in your favor.
Girl, I know how to swirl. You train the elemental powers one by one.
Use the power of Hydro to destroy the spikes. Faster. Don't give them a chance to strike you. You need to be quicker than you were in your dream. You can't afford another injury like that.
Fluffy little caterpillar Aether and Lumine is both adorable and so disturbing. But I've never trained them all at once like this.
You need to understand what makes you special. The ability to wield elemental energy without a vision and switch between the elements at will.
I wish I could. I have to go to a statue every time.
The gods. Your power is not bound by the rules of this world. So be bold. Do not be afraid to chart your own path.
Graceful as the wind, tough as stone, nimble as lightning, flourishing like foliage. I can feel the power of the elements flowing through me. Sometimes as peaceful as the flowing stream, other times as surging, as like a raging river. If I close my eyes, I can almost hear their voices. But it's not like some wild beast battling me for domination. It's more like saying hello to an old friend.
No, my point is imagining a woolly bear caterpillar still makes my point stand of adorable yet horrifying. I have tons of woolly bear caterpillars near where I live. And they're terrifying. Whoa. Speaking of terrifying, there's a spider on my wall.
Very good. It seems you've reached a...
1 minute. I killed it. That was much less freak out than the last times I've had spiders on stream. This one was further away from me though, so it was less scary.
How long has it been this time? I'm exhausted.
Long enough for you to lose yourself in your training, which is a good sign. Relentless practice with the elements has drained all your strength, but it's also what allowed you to make progress. Get some rest. When you wake up, we'll proceed to the final stage of your training.
I chose a more opportune time to take a bite of my granola bar this time. Now is not an opportune time.
This place again. Hi, little friend. Did you bring me here? Who are you? No response. The strange creature just floated away. What is that thing? What is it doing in Skirks' inner world, and where is it taking me this time?
No, you can continue if you still have ideas. I find it fascinating. Alright, little friend, where are we going?
What is the secret to power?
Searchology!
Longing. Hatred. Self-preservation. No. It is fear.
I like his voice.
The fear of losing those you love. The fear of watching your home burn. Fear of loneliness. Fear of death. Fear is the source of evolution. It forces humanity to adapt to their environment and overcome hardship. It is in the process of prevailing over our fears that we surpassed first ourselves and then the rest of the world. That fear is now part of you. It calls on you to evolve. And it is time to answer.
Ah, I was drinking water that time.
Any minute spent missing home is a minute wasted. Practice your sword work instead. Do not make me tell you twice.
Okay, dude, chill.
But, Master, I can barely lift this sword anymore. If I keep going, I feel like my wrist is going to break.
So it has not broken yet.
Dude,
Then
chill.
pick up your sword and keep practicing until it breaks. I want to hear the
Dude.
cracking and splintering of bone. After all, bones can always be reset. Good, Skirk. Once again, you survived. How do you feel?
Cold. In pain.
These are signs that you are adapting to the abyss. Each time the flesh is torn and the spirit crushed, each time you claw back from the brink of death, you become stronger. I now understand why these people sought to destroy your homeland. Your potential goes beyond even what I could have anticipated. But you still have much to learn in your pursuit of strength. Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, I shall show no mercy in your training. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion, crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form. Get up, Skirk. Wipe the blood off your face. Cut away the rotten parts of your flesh. And mend what is broken.
Ooh,
Then take
that would be
up
cool.
your sword.
Mantis Strip Vision.
Yes, Master.
The dream is over, but I can't get that suffocating, oppressive feeling out of my head. I have so many questions about Skirk's past. Where does she come from? What has she been through?
You're up! Hopefully you got some good rest. Skirk said to tell you that she's ready to start the final stage of your training whenever you are. So, wanna head over now? Or did you wanna wait a little?
I really want answers, but right now it's vital that I complete my training. Once that's done, I'll find a chance to talk to her.
From your training so far, you have gained better command of the sword, and more control over your elemental abilities.
It's all thanks to your guidance.
That's only part of it. Experience is the real teacher. Your journey,
Excuse me.
the friends you have made, the dangers you have faced. These have taught you more than I ever could. Now, it's time to focus on how you react under pressure. You must be able to think rationally, even in unpredictable combat situations. To simulate this, I'm going to attack, and you're going to block.
What?
Ready?
Okay.
Yes. Give me your worst.
Not bad. That defensive stance looks near unbreakable. Just like your brother.
Huh?
That reminds me. You still don't
What?
know what happened to him, do you?
What? You...
Hey, no fair! That's cheating!
You think every opponent has the same moral code as you? You can denounce their deplorable methods all you want. But only if you live to tell the tale. The dead don't get to complain. Strong emotions will always arise in combat. Anxiety, anger, fear. But a true warrior is never at their whim. Only when you are free from the influence of emotion can you make the right choice, no matter the situation.
Are you describing yourself?
How amusing. Almost sounds like you think you know me. But you don't. You can choose your own path. We are not the same. Let's begin. Try to use reason over emotion. Make the most rational and advantageous decision.
Okay, but do you,
in any
like,
given
actually know
moment.
something about my brother,
This is your
or...
final training session. Look alive. Same drill as before, but this time
Okay.
I'm going to interfere. Hold your focus.
Water jet!
bad. Better than I expected.
Yay! It's not easy to control my emotions. The battle is overwhelming, but if I can just focus all my attention on what my opponent is doing, how I should respond, it's almost like my emotions take a back
You're
seat.
getting the hang of it. The first step to controlling your emotions is controlling your mind. You want a unified train of thought. It all comes down to focus.
Focus. Focus on the battle. I think it's working. I can choose to tune out anything that is irrelevant to the battle, but I think it's still pretty far from having full control over my emotions.
Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, I shall show no mercy in your training. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form.
Skirk went through this kind of training too, didn't she? How merciless does the training have to be to make someone suitable to all emotion for pure reason?
Stop. Let's pause here. One look, and I can tell your mind has wandered. That's to be expected. There's a limit to how long a human being can concentrate on one thing. Staying calm and focused sounds simple in theory, but in practice, it's more demanding than sword work or elemental abilities.
Skirk is right. Now that I've stopped all the emotions I was suppressing are rushing back to the surface. Pain, exhaustion, frustration, doubt. But exhaustion is the main one. I feel like I could fall asleep on the
Get
spot.
some rest. No point training further if you're already dead on your feet. Like I said at the beginning, the only goal of this training is for you to reach a point that you're satisfied with. You managed to push past your limits, which is a good start. You can be proud of that and sleep well knowing that you've earned it.
Treasure chest! Looks like I'm back in Skirk's inner world. I don't see that strange creature this time. But I think I can navigate this space on my own now, even without it here to guide me. I don't know how to leave, so I'm stuck here till I wake up. It can't hurt to take a look around while I wait.
Skirk is amazing. She faced down that terrifying giant and cut its head clean off.
Oh, she got hurt though, didn't she? I heard it was pretty bad.
Yeah, well, that's a given. But the moment she was on the mend, she got right back to practicing her sword work. I heard Master suffered a grave injury once too. Lost an arm and a leg and still came back stronger than ever.
So Sotology had more students than just Skirk.
Incredible. I wonder if I'll ever reach their level. They're always so resolute, so unshakable.
Pathetic. You're not even trying. You're so much weaker than you think.
Skirk, have you become a positive light in this world?
Do you
even remember
Oh
how
God,
many of
Lumine
us
having
perished
scent
in that
glands is
fire? How
terrifying.
many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth? Yet you alone live on.
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't deserve to rest.
I have so many questions. I just want to jump in a spaceship, explore the whole universe, and get answers from the stars. I just need to wait till I'm grown up. Then I can do anything.
Now, you must bid farewell to who you were in the past and become someone stronger.
Run, Skirk, run! Only death awaits us here. Keep running, and don't ever look back.
N.
Let's
Or,
see here. First things first, you need a
oh,
new identity.
I guess
Going around telling people you're from somewhere beyond the stars
the
won't
T
do you
part
no
doesn't
good.
always mean it's N.
How about saying you hail from beneath the earth instead? As the
Ooh, beneath the
cognate saying goes,
earth.
venturing out into the universe and down into the abyss are the same in that both are braving the dark unknown.
Well, I'm a visitor on this planet, so I'll follow the rules.
Ah, splendid. That saves me quite a bit of trouble. Let me offer you a piece of advice in return, although it might not be what you want to hear. I know the pursuit of strength is important to you, but taking a moment for yourself every once in a while is never a bad idea. Ignore her existence for too long, and there will come a day when you can no longer hear her voice.
So is her somewhere someone else, or is her just Skirk? And Alice is talking in like not riddles, but like not riddles. The dream is over. I can hear the crackling of a fire in the distance, and there's a fragrant aroma in the air. Grilled meat.
You must be starving, right? Ta-da! A barbecue feast just for you!
Yeah, I'm starving.
Of course you are! That's why Skirk and Paimon got this all ready for you. Dig in, before it gets cold.
It's literally sitting right next to a fire Paimon, but okay.
You too. So you're best friends now?
Ah, well, if you're around someone long enough, it's bound to happen. Plus, Skirk can cook. So, Paimon decided she can forget the whole Ice Queen thing. Paimon's not one to hold a grudge.
Here's an idea. Let's save the chit-chat until after the meal.
Alright. You dig in and make quick work of the food.
So full. Okay, it's Paimon's turn to sleep now. Wake her up when it's time to go.
Oh, night-night Paimon.
I have good news. First, your training is complete. You have what it takes to
Yay!
wield immense power. Now it's just a matter of putting it into practice. Continue to learn from your journey and hone your skills against formidable opponents. Second, I've located the culprit we've been searching for. Next, we just need to retrieve the missing part of your soul. Our business will be concluded.
Yeah, you just faintly hear rocks moving around in Lumine's stomach, and everyone's like, "Girl, where does she get the rocks?" Is the question. Do they just always stay there, or does she need to eat new rocks every time she has food?
Thank you. That was a lot faster than I
When
expected.
Ajax trained with me, he once told me he was bursting with questions. So I allowed him to ask me 3 of them before he left. You
Ooh.
and I may never meet again, traveler. So if there's anything you want to ask me, now's your opportunity. Just like Ajax, I'll answer 3 of your questions.
Oh, we get 3 questions. After spending time with Skirks, After spending time in Skirks' inner world and witnessing her memories, there are so many questions I could ask, but the most important one is, are you really from Teyvat?
Okay, not the angle I was expecting. What makes you ask that?
I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier, but while we were dream mirroring, I think I saw yours. This is the first time I've seen Skirk break composure. I guess it really took her by surprise.
I knew that was a possible side effect. Closed off my mind to you for that exact reason. Even with the dream mirroring, you should have seen nothing but endless darkness.
The Skirk didn't share those memories with me on purpose. And in fact, she tried her best to keep them from me. Wait, speaking of endless darkness, on my first time there, that was all I saw until the strange creature appeared.
Whatever. Must have been a flaw in my execution. I shouldn't be too surprised. Due to some recent circumstances, my self-control has been lacking as of late. Since you've seen what you've seen, there's no reason to hide the truth. All I ask is that you keep it a secret.
Lips are sealed.
No, I'm not from Teyvat. I'm from a different planet. And there was a time when I journeyed through the stars. A lot like you in some ways.
Like me? You mean you're also a descender?
No, we're different in that respect. You're influencing the fate of this world. But me, I'm just passing through.
We mean just carries a bag of rocks.
Sotologi opened the border between worlds and sent me here. But this is not my home. And one day, I'll return to the vast unknown of space. So, there you have it. On to your second question.
What is your goal in coming here?
To become stronger. For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But first, I need to understand the source of his strength. To do that, I need to follow in his footsteps. Walk the path he once walked. And somewhere along the way, I'll find out how to defeat him.
That's similar to what we're doing with our sibling.
Okay. You have one question remaining.
Skirk's goal is to defeat the Foul. I can hear how serious this is for her. I wonder what the search of reasons could be. But given how quickly she raced through that answer, I doubt she wants to talk about it. I have one question left. What should I ask?
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now.
She does both. Sometimes she runs out of the rocks in the bag and has to pick them up and put them in her mouth.
Maybe I should take this opportunity to get Child some answers.
Well, your last question?
You know Child is looking for you, right? Are you going to let him see you?
Ajax. The situation is different than yours. Before you ever crossed paths with me, you'd already encountered many formidable people, studied their techniques, and developed your own skill set. So, during your training, all I had to do was build upon that foundation. But Ajax was so young when he came to me. A complete blank canvas. Children can't help but imitate their role models. In the long run, that would only hinder his growth. Once Ajax has enough strength in his own right, I will allow us to meet again.
Aww.
Until then, let that motivate him to reach his full potential.
That was a calm and collected answer. It's like she was talking about something entirely mundane. I don't know why, but I'm not buying it. She makes it sound like the decision has everything to do with Child and nothing to do with her. What does she actually feel about it? The abyss is completely silent. This domain must get lonely after a while. Not to mention, she said it's been hundreds of years since she arrived in Teyvat, and even longer than that if you account how slowly time passes here.
Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show for it.
In all that time, she never established a connection with this world. Was it really just because she looks down on the weak? I doubt she'd give me a straight answer if I asked. Besides, I already used up my 3 questions. She was happy to give me cold hard facts, but I still feel like I haven't heard her true voice.
Wake up your companion. It's time to go. Oh, and everything I just told you. Best keep it a secret from her as well.
Oh, but I never keep secrets from Paimon. Okay. Alright, let's go fight whatever's stealing our soul.
Time to go. Oh, finally. Where are we
Okay. Oh, to the cataclysm. Or, not the cataclysm, the chasm. Apologies.
Just follow me. I'll open an abyssal rift close to the culprit's location. It will take us to where he's hiding.
It's always the chasm with this type of stuff, isn't it?
Wait. This is near the chasm, right?
Yes. If we enter from here, we'll be able to reach that place from your dream. You have some experience with abyssal domains by now, but still, this is someone else's territory. Best to proceed with caution.
Don't worry. Paimon's an expert at hiding behind other people for safety.
I love Paimon.
That means you need to stay safe, traveler.
I will. Let's teach the thief a lesson.
Remember your training. Time to put it to use.
Let's go kick some ass. I want to give Farina back her sword for this. Alright. I wonder who the thief is gonna be. And it is just actually Skirk. And it is just actually Sertology or something. Look, guys, I won my 50-50 for Skirk. God, she looks so cool.
Whoa! Look at all these spikes! Careful! Don't get hit! You know what? Paimon's just gonna float behind you. Come on, we got this!
Hey, what are you two doing? Dusty, like an abandoned house. Let's press on. Mine to wield.
Oh, looks like this is a dead end. Did we make it to his hiding place?
This does look like my dream.
This should be the place where you were attacked, traveler.
Yep.
The missing part of your soul should be nearby. Can you sense where it is?
If I close my eyes and focus on the light that came from my wound back then, yes, I can sense something, and it's nearby, but I can't tell the exact location. Not exactly, but I know it's nearby.
Our opponent must have covered his tracks just in case. Otherwise, you should have sensed it much more strongly.
Hold on! Look! The spikes are back!
Stay calm. Let's hold back a little. Give our enemy some wiggle room so we can see what we're dealing with. If you're too reckless, we might be playing right into his hands. Our enemy took part of your soul for a reason. It's likely he integrated it into his attack somehow. If we're smart about this, we can track it down.
All right. Oh.
From the start, the attacks have been focused on me. Trying to break through my defenses? I see.
Oh. Oh, is that my soul?
There. I got it back.
Oh, thank you, Skirks.
Traveler! Skirk! What happened? It looked like Skirk just got...
In the Guili Plains, you asked me why this enemy chose you as his target. Now, the answer is clear. It's not just the fact that your strength is impressive. It's also because of your ability to, as you put it, purify abyssal power. Whatever that actually means. The fact is, that ability allowed him to do something that should have been completely impossible. Namely, break through my defenses and steal my power.
So you were his real target. He was after you from the very beginning?
No. He couldn't have known I'd come to his domain. He only stole your soul fragment because he knew the value of its power. I doubt he expected it to come in handy so soon. Call it
So who is
fate if you
he?
want. I believe that's the term they use in this world for arbitrary coincidences like this. In any case, it works to our advantage. Once I realized what he was using that power for, it gave me the chance to get back what you lost.
But you...
I'll cope. Well, done gorging? Good. Time to answer some questions. How did you get the power of the all-devouring narwhal?
Oh.
All-devouring narwhal?
Her jaw just completely unhinges when she yawns.
It looks just like that narwhal's horn!
I
Oh.
highly doubt you acquired that power through your own strength. Tell me I'm wrong. You're desperate enough to scour the land for god remains and whatever vestiges of power you can find. That alone proves you wouldn't be able to defeat
Who
a
is
creature
this
like
enemy?
Which leaves one possibility. You know my master, the Foul, Sertologi.
The Foul? Who dares call him foul?
Oh.
What's wrong? Bit off more power than you can chew? You're struggling to hold a basic conversation.
Who is this?
A little longer. I'm still.
Look, it's back!
Those obsessed with power will let it devour them before abandoning their pursuit.
What should we do now?
Keep calm and use reason to decide the best course of action.
Skirk was stabbed by one of these spikes while retrieving the fragment of my soul, and in the process, some of her power is stolen. The culprit is hiding somewhere beyond the fog. I have a good understanding of his attack pattern from the fight just now. If we pursue him, our chances of winning are high. But Skirk's breathing is weaker than usual. If we attack now, I can't guarantee her or Paimon's safety. It's a hard decision to make, but I think we should get out of here.
Wise decision. Final victory doesn't always come after a single battle. You've got your soul fragment back, so we both got what we came for. Let the enemy draw breath while he can. It won't be for long. Get us out of here, Traveler. You'll need to lead the way this time.
Got it.
Skirk, is your shoulder gonna be okay?
The wound is minor. It'll heal in no time. You should focus on getting out of here alive instead.
Uh-oh! Falling spikes! Run!
I'm so curious who this person that's stealing all this stuff is.
Watch out! Looks like this place is about to collapse! So, this guy's power has something to do with the all-devouring narwhal. Did you know that all along, Skirk?
I had my suspicions. That's why I decided to investigate in the first place. But suspicions only get...
Phew. Oh, I should be safe here, right?
I no longer sense his presence. Can't have followed us out of that abyssal domain. Weaklings like him will find that my power is not so easily controlled. He won't be leaving that place until he's managed to digest it.
The all-devouring narwhal. Was its power he even managed to steal from you, of all people?
You seem surprised. I suppose that's fair. You've seen but a fraction of what that whale is capable of. That gaping maw could swallow a planet whole.
Oh
It's
dear.
called the all-devouring narwhal for a reason. Devouring is what it does best. It can extract power from anything, dead or alive, as long as it manages to make physical contact.
Yeah. When we had our run-in with that thing, Neverlet mentioned that it has an instinct to devour.
Your dragon friend recognized the nature of its abilities and used the power of Hydro to protect you. That worked because it was in a satiated state, so it was somewhat less aggressive than usual. It's a different story when it has no more power to feed off of. That's when its true voracious nature kicks in. It could devour everything on the planet in that state, which is why I cast it into that void space. But I hadn't counted on there being anyone left on this planet capable of wielding its power. To me, that says he must have encountered the whale a long time ago. Meaning, he must have known my master.
Yeah, hearing you say the foul definitely got a reaction out of him.
Exactly. It told me everything I needed to know. Hence why I said we both got what we came for. And I believe that brings our transaction to an end. Now that you're whole again, you can get back to your own journey. I'll handle the rest of this situation myself.
No way! We can't leave now! Something was stolen from you because of us! We have to help you get it back!
Yeah.
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall, you get back up again and become stronger. That's how it is.
But what if that monster finds you before you're all better? get home. It's not like you can just go swoosh and open a door to the abyss again. Not without your full strength. So, sticking with us for the time being doesn't sound so bad, does it?
It's not out of pity. You said I don't want you to be in your debt. Well, I still am.
Fair enough. Then take this.
What is it?
A bag of Mora. Nothing in this world is free. I know that much. I'll leave the planning to you. Hurry up and decide where to go. We shouldn't linger.
We should take Skirks somewhere she can rest.
To the pharmacy. Let's have Baiju take a look at her. Great, we're giving Baiju another alien to look at. I'm sure Skirk's biology functions the exact same as someone else from Tibet.
Wouldn't like being around a lot of people. Oh wait, Baiju said we could rest in the back room of the pharmacy, didn't he? Let's head there.
See, Skirk could live in the teapot if she came home. If she came home, she could live in the teapot. But no. Jean had to come home for like the 4th time. I'm not upset at all. What? Why would you get that assumption?
From Skirk has a ton of Mora in it.
Ooh.
Does she have a job or something? Wait, no. After what we saw at Wamin Restaurant, that seems impossible. Can you imagine? It would go something like, I'll be collecting my paycheck now, boss. Oh, sure thing. Wait, who are you? Have we met? Can't hold a job if you make everyone forget about you. So, what did she do to get all this Mora?
Claimed some buried treasure, took care of a few monsters that were causing trouble. Nothing untoward. It's safe to use.
Yeah, Paimon, you have to get better at whispering.
A sonorous voice like yours is hard to miss. I wouldn't be surprised if the sound of it traveled to the nearest mountaintop.
Then, did you by chance happen to hear Paimon's little, joke earlier?
You mean when you called me Frosty the Lavender Man?
If you did hear, Paimon's whispering needs some work.
No. Sorry. Paimon totally misspoke just now. She didn't say that at all. It was, a Paimon lookalike. Yeah, she's a piece of work, that one. Always impersonating Paimon and giving people weird nicknames. Okay, fine. The truth is, Paimon didn't like you all that much at the start. But things are different now. You helped the Traveler in a big way, so what do you say? Friends?
Because they keep trying to apply normal biology onto these two aliens.
Go ahead and get some rest.
Oh, and there was only one bed.
Wait, what about you?
I don't get tired, and I don't need rest.
You just got stabbed.
My sword work. That should help me regain some strength.
But
sure.
Your shoulder. Hey, don't just leave. Whatever. Let her tire herself out. She'll come back eventually. Let's get some sleep, Traveler. That comfy bed is calling, Paimon.
Skirk is stubborn. Even if I tried to convince her to take it easy, I doubt she'd listen. Paimon's right. Skirk will stop and take a break when she gets tired. I hope. I should just get some sleep. Skirk? Of course she's acting like she didn't just get stabbed in the shoulder. Huh? Something seems off like her, though.
Quiet.
Huh? Who is she talking to? There's no one around, unless...
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth? Yet you alone live on.
Your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't deserve to rest.
Run, Skirk, run! Only death awaits us here. Keep running, and don't ever
Oh,
look back.
the audio for this section is moving in a circle between my two ears on my headphones. Right, in that dream, I witnessed Skirk was training alone, but there were disembodied voices talking to her. One of them mentioned a fire. I wonder what happened exactly. If only she could just talk to us.
Getting an early night's sleep is the best. That bed was so comfy. Wait, Skirk? Have you been sitting out here the whole night? The bed's all yours if you want it.
Recovered your strength yet?
About 60%. Maybe 70.
Whoa! Paimon thought it would take at least a couple of days. That was fast.
No, not fast enough.
Girl, chill
It's
for a
20%
second.
less than last time. Same training regimen, same intensity. Nothing felt different, but somehow the outcome fell short.
Maybe it's because of the spike that stabbed you.
No, I think the problem's with me. I need to meditate for the next 2 days. Deep introspection should help me find the issue.
Ooh, sounds intense. We'll watch over you in the meantime, then.
Thanks. See you in 2 days.
Alright, see you in 2 days.
Morning! Skirk is still meditating, huh? It's been 2 days already. Shouldn't she be awake by now?
No idea. Maybe it's not going too well.
Paimon can't think of anything we can do to help. Oh, wait! Breakfast! That's it! Paimon will go get breakfast! Skirk is gonna be starving when she wakes up. Be right back.
Skirk looks so serene. Almost like she really is asleep.
Whoa.
You again. What are you doing here?
Huh. What is this little thing? It looks so similar to the Sealies.
This place feels familiar, but where am I exactly? There are towering cliffs, withered trees, and a strange river flowing through from the horizon all the way to here. But it's broken up several times along the way, with a waterfall at each break point.
I'm not sure. It's mentioned that Lumine is more sensitive to like elements and stuff, so I'm guessing no.
Did you bring me here? Then that must mean this is...
That's right. This is Skirk's inner
You can
world.
talk?
Think of it as the threshold between the soul and dreams. This isn't your first time here, but what you remember is probably a space covered in darkness. I only managed to illuminate a small portion for you back then.
So you can speak.
Actually, it's my first time talking to someone like this. I only managed to break free and bring you here because the injury weakened her power. I guess that's why I can speak again, too.
This is the her Alice was talking about.
If you want. I think that's the word they use in this world for lucky coincidences like this, right? Now, before I take you to her, I gotta ask. You're the first outside visitor to ever come here, so what's your impression of this place?
What is that river?
Oh, you noticed. This river represents strength accumulates over time. It is the summation of a person's lived experience. So this river is where all the fragments of Skirks' life should converge into a single stream of memories and emotions, flowing forward as one. But, as you can see, this river has been severed numerous times. It's because Skirk doesn't like who she was in the past. When all she sees reflected in the river is a disgraceful shadow of who she was. She cuts through water and rock with the sword of reason, severs her connection with the past, and begins anew.
Wait, that reminds me of something.
You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form.
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you
I see. So it was Sertologi who taught Skirk to replace all emotions with reason. And since then, it's become a constant process of abandoning and refruiting and erasing her past self. I suppose that's the secret to her strengths. I guess their homeworld just being, like, significantly different than, like, to that. People there just, like, it being, like, maybe a more, like, hostile type of environment, so they need these stuff, so they, like, develop these stuff, and that's why they, like, I'm so bad at talking. Why did I pick a career that is all talking? Ah! But it's such a sad thing to think about. What has she been through? Why does it have to be this weird way?
Let's follow the river upstream. There among the cliffs, among the memories etched into her heart, lies...
Ooh. Come on, buddy. You gotta keep up. I'm not moving that slow. Ooh. This looks like a coastline. Uh-huh. I recognize that drawing on the sand. Isn't that the picture I drew for Paimon? Why is it showing up in Skirk's memory?
I've always thought that, even when falling leaves don't come from the same tree, they can still form bonds of kinship when they meet.
I honestly have zero clue.
Like meteors, you both made a journey through the stars. Both travelers who have landed on a planet that is not your home. Yet, when she first noticed your presence, although she hesitated for a moment, she still chose to walk away, indifferent as ever.
Why? If I think about it, it's not that surprising at all. After what happened at Wemming Restaurant, it's obvious that she prefers to disappear from other people's lives. She hasn't seen Child in years either. I doubt she even made a connection with this world of her own volition. What I'm seeing now is a micronism of her entire life.
Seems like you've answered your own question. Skirk sees herself as a trespasser in this world. She's made a conscious choice to avoid altering its path. But the reason for that decision stems from events much earlier on in her life. Let's keep going. It's still a long way to the source of the river.
Hey, now you've got the pace.
You now have what it takes to wield immense power. From this day forth, I shall teach you no more. No one can become a worthy warrior through imitation alone. I have given you fangs and claws. Now, you must learn to hunt.
You wish me to travel the world beyond on my own, Master?
Indeed. friends.
And then she
Embark on
did
your
not
own
make new
journey
friends.
and piece together a new future from the shattered remnants of your past. We will still have contact through the abyss. But know this. One day,
Oh, is
I
that
will take the
Startology?
life you worked so hard to rebuild and reduce it to ashes. Just like the fire that haunts your mind.
Oh.
Why would you do that?
Oh, his design is so cool.
I have told you before, fear is the catalyst for human evolution. You have tasted loss. You have known fear, so deep it can be felt in the bones. But as living beings, we all have an instinct to detach from that which harms us. And thus pain dampens over time. And the acrid yet now,
Oops.
I have bestowed upon you the gift of fear eternal. It will drown you in the nightmare of your childhood, or it shall drive you to defeat me, whatever the cost.
That figure next to Skirk looks familiar. Right, I saw the same figure during the battle against the all-devouring narwhal.
That is what Skirks' master, the foul, Sertology, looked like at one point in time.
I mean, yeah, she could technically do that.
At one point in time, so he can change his form?
Of course. As a higher being, physical form is a triviality to him. He could appear as a beast, a human, or even a monster that defies description. The form you see him in here, clad in abyssal armor, is the one he usually wears when traveling through the stars.
I used to think Sertology and Skirk were just master and disciple, like Skirk and Child. Now I see why Skirk chose to distance herself from humanity. Sertology told her to put down roots here, while at the same time threatening to destroy whatever life she managed to
For
create.
certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But first, I need to understand the source of his strength. To do that, I need to follow in his footsteps, walk the path he once walked, and somewhere along the way, I'll find out how to defeat him. That is my sole focus and purpose.
So that's what she meant, but I still don't understand why Sertology would do that. From what he said, I didn't pick up on a conflict between them.
I'll let you in on a little secret. The real Sertology is terrifying. The scope of his power is impossible to understand until you experience it firsthand. It is absolute. The power to crush all things. Shall we keep going? Let's see. We're about halfway there.
Skirk and Lumine judge each other for their weird alienisms.
This must be Skirk when she was a kid.
We've made it quite a ways already. This is Skirk, when she first began training under Sertology.
I have set your broken wrist. Tomorrow, you're to train twice as hard. No tears this time. Good. Attempting to garner sympathy through tears is a habit of the weak. A pitiful, useless ploy.
Can I ask a question, Master? Why did you save me? I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time. I wouldn't have to go on like this.
I saved you because I have a plan for you. It has been too long since I fought a battle that demanded my full strength, and I hunger for it. Every so-called genius and prodigy I have faced has crumbled like sand underfoot. Before me, even fate bends the knee. So, I will teach you everything I know. Train you by whatever means necessary, in the hope that one day, you might surprise me.
But I don't want to draw my sword against you, Master.
What you want matters little. Among the boundless sea of stars, the cries of the weak are but faint murmurs that disappear into the void. You of all people know that well.
Yes, Master. From that day forward, all she knew was grueling training, emptiness, and fatigue. After some time, her talent bloomed, and she gained control over her emotions, like her master. How should I put it? It was not that human emotion disappeared from her heart, but that reason came to dictate all she was allowed to feel. I suppose it was at this point that she became the Skirk you know today.
So Sigillogy saved Skirk from a disaster when she was a child and never even tried to hide his ulterior motives. I'm surprised I suppose that leaves one final mystery. What really happened with the disaster back then? Sigillogy's final words to Skirk were cold and cruel, but Skirk's reaction made it seem like it was the truth she knew all too well. I have a feeling it all comes back to what happens then.
We're nearly there. I almost don't want to reach the end. Well, shall we? This is the final stretch.
All right. Aww.
Happiest memories. What a simple
Little baby.
Wisps of clouds dotted the sky. The sun bathed everything in golden light. And when song filled the air, not even the shyest of flowers could resist swaying along. This is Skirk's homeland. She was so curious about everything as a child. Always skipping school to go exploring instead. There was so much to discover. The treasures at the bottom of the sea. The secrets beyond the stars. And that merchant ship packed with adults wearing those strange clothes. Yes, the ship. That was the beginning of the end. It was a spaceship. When it arrived, the people that disembarked wore smiles on their faces and spoke of friendship. They claimed to be merchants from a neighboring planet, looking to establish trade. Skirk's parents, her relatives, her neighbors, everyone welcomed the newcomers with open arms and allowed them to explore the planet. To them, the visitors were guests and should be treated with hospitality. No one had any idea of what was to come. Several months later, an army of unknown origin arrived without warning and carried out a ruthless campaign to destroy everything and everyone on the planet. Skirk had skipped school that day, like so many times before, so she was not caught in the immediate wave of destruction. But when she came home that day, only fire and...
I have not heard the cut epic song where Hermes wrecks Calypso. Now I want to, though.
Countless people cried out to her for help. People she knew and loved. Friends and relatives. The little girl who lived next door. The shop owner with the bad leg. The bad-tempered teacher she had made fun of just that morning.
Their lives were discarded like worthless trash, as the fire consumed one life after another. Skirk was helpless. All she could do was run. And so she did. She kept running, until an unexpected figure crossed her path. If Sertology hadn't been there in that moment, the fire would have claimed her life too. And there she would have remained, left to rot in the scorched earth, with no answer as to why any of this was happening.
So, why did those people destroy her homeland?
Because she and her people were seen as a threat.
Did they do something bad?
As the initial merchant ship explored the planet, they discovered that it hadn't always had the condition to support life. Yet there was evidence of human activity, even during the periods of extreme heat or cold in the past. Further research revealed that, over time, the people of this planet had evolved the ability to adapt to any type of environment or energy source. For that reason, the outsiders viewed them as a potential threat, and decided to eliminate them before the threat could rear its head. And so, the army was called, and the so-called danger was wiped from the face
All those
of the
innocent
planet.
people.
Senseless, isn't it? Deemed a threat because of a gift they didn't even know they had. Perhaps it was their own innocence and kindness that doomed them. But in the end, that was lost to the blaze as well. If those with power get to decide good and evil, then all you can trust in is the sword in your hand. And so, before death could claim her, she ran. She ran and never stopped.
Now I see why Sertology's thread is such a terrifying prospect for her.
No one wants to relive their most painful moments.
It is speculated that, or it's kind of speculated / confirmed that they do take place in a similar universe. So there's the 3 games, Honkai Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and Genshin, all take place on different branches or like different parts of the imaginary tree, which is this big tree that like contains the whole universe and every other universe within it on its branches and leaves. And so universes like the one in Honkai Impact and the one in Honkai Star Rail and the one in Genshin all take place on nearby branches to each other. So that's why you have characters like Raiden Shogun in Genshin and Akron or Raiden Mei in Honkai Star Rail, and then Raiden Mei in Honkai Impact. They're all Raidens, just different versions of Raiden from different universes. Same with Himiko. So Himiko in Honkai Star Rail, Himiko in Honkai Impact, and then potentially Mavika in Genshin Impact. There's a few other characters like that. But so they do kind of take place in the same universe, just slightly off.
Skirk is waiting over there. For both of us. Let's go to her. It's time to fulfill my purpose. And my greatest wish over all these years.
Still curious what this little thing is. Hi, Skirk.
So all this, just so you could bring her here?
No, it's the imaginary tree is so cool.
I have things to say to you. Well, to me. I want someone to witness our reconciliation, even if it takes an argument to get there. And she is the best choice in this moment.
Then you must be.
Her suppressed emotional self. The version of
Ah.
herself she keeps locked in the recesses of her mind, stifled by reason. All those rejected impulses, those discarded aspects of your past selves, they are a part of me now. I am who you used to be. Someone you have refused to face for too long. So, I came to face you instead.
You're wrong. I've faced you all along. And that's exactly why I keep you locked here. Your existence makes me weak. Moments of joy and longing are when we are most vulnerable.
Girl.
Don't forget, it was a penchant for goodness over reason that doomed our homeland in the
No,
first place.
that's not what happened.
The vastness of the universe renders everything insignificant. Our feelings most of all.
Even so, learning from the mistakes of the past doesn't have to mean erasing everything. Strip yourself of your so-called weaknesses, emotions like kindness and empathy, and what makes you any different from the ruthless soldiers who slaughtered our people?
The difference is that I'm doing what is right, what is necessary. I allow you to exist, but with limited freedom. That is the greatest kindness I can offer. I have shouldered everything you couldn't carry. I rose above the numbness and emptiness, and it was cold, unfeeling reason that brought me this far. It made me who I am. It made me strong.
That is the problem. I want to shoulder those things together. On the grand scale of the entire universe, maybe our feelings are vanishingly small, but why should that mean they don't matter? Emotion gives warmth to the cold expanse of space. It gives meaning to the world around us. Think back to those nights of gazing at the stars, those afternoons of exploring the unknown. Think back and let them grant you peace. A brief respite from the pressure you put on yourself.
That isn't what we need.
Exactly what we need. Aren't you curious about why recovering your strength has taken longer than normal this time?
Finally, you get to the important part. That is the only answer I came here to find.
Then look around. Look at your inner world. You cast aside your dreams and curiosity, and in doing so, you lost your original motivation. You severed all connection to who you used to be, so you can no longer draw strength from your past. Now, the only things driving you forward are fear and survivor's guilt. But these cannot take you far enough. And so, this river, the source of your strength, grows more polluted by the day.
And you think that means I should seek help from a weak little thing like you?
Your emotional self isn't weak. The fact that she transcended time and broke free from her constraints to come and face you, that proves it.
Thanks for saying that. I knew bringing you here would be the right choice. To be honest, I'm not here to argue with you. This isn't about who's right or wrong. And in fact, I agree that in order to make it through the wake of that tragedy, we had to distance ourselves from the pain through reason over emotion. But what is right at one point in time isn't always right forever. I know you will never forget that fire. I know the fact that you were the sole survivor fills you with guilt. And I know that among the voices that haunt you, mine is there too. Because deep down, you know that you didn't turn out to be the person you wanted to be. All those unfulfilled hopes are like knives to the heart. And I don't want you to hurt anymore. So even if you can't accept me, I hope, at least, that you can let go.
I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time.
I wouldn't have to go on like this.
Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but we need you to survive.
I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many amazing things out there, and I'm ready to see them all.
I remember. There was a song Mom and Dad always sang when we went out to fetch water. Dancing water. Sand along your path is begging for your song and movement. Will you carry this burden with you on your journey? I am not the dancing water, and you are not the burdensome sand. But if this is your wish, then I will carry you with me until the end.
Aww.
Thank you.
I should be thanking you.
Run, Skirk, run! Remember, leave no one alive!
Heed my words, Skirk. Let fear take root in your soul.
Did you survive? Why was it only you?
Skirk, did you become a positive light in this world?
Hey, this doesn't have to be the end.
Aww.
Life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
Oh, I'm actually going to cry.
So, you saw my memories then. I
Mhm.
once asked my master if survival of the strongest was the law of the universe. He said no. But in a world without order, those with no moral boundaries tend to be the ones who survive.
That isn't true strength. Power is not suited for doing what's right.
That's why, after hearing his answer, an idea came to mind. An idea that, one day, I would create a new world order. One in which there would never be another tragedy like that fire. One in which power was not the law of the land. But that means I must defeat him. Because my master, Sertologi, is, at the core, a defier of all rules and order.
Sounds like you have your work cut out for you.
And not just because of the gap in our abilities, but also because I have no reason to see him as an enemy. Although his decision to train me was not made out of kindness, he did everything a master should. He saved my life, taught me the sword and the principles of strength. And for that, I respect him.
But he intends to face you in battle one day.
I know. And it's not something I want. But Master never goes back on his word. I have to treat everything he says as a promise. He's no longer into that. but he sends me messages through the abyss every now and then. Most of them are simple greetings, or an answer to one of my questions. Every time I hear from him, my heart skips a beat. And I wonder if this is the moment where he'll finally appear before me and tear down everything I've built to pieces. Maybe that means I do live in eternal fear, just like he said. Yes, I respect him, but I'm also afraid of him. And for that reason, the pursuit of strength consumes every moment of my life. I don't know what Master has planned, but I have to be ready.
If he does attack you one day, I'll help you.
Help me? Why? This isn't your fight.
But you're my friend. Because if we want to build the world we both want to see, everyone has to be willing to fight for it. If we all do our part, we can make the entire universe a kinder place. Exit the threshold between the soul and the dream. Skirk gazes into the distant sky. There's nothing else to do here. Should I leave? Let's leave.
Oh, you're finally awake!
Hi, Paimon.
Honestly, Paimon was gone for like 2 seconds and then she comes back and finds you both unconscious?
We were having a time, Paimon.
You're both okay, right?
Yeah.
What does it look like?
Hey, girl, breathe.
Looks like your strength is back. You look stronger than ever.
Only water from the source can cleanse the rot and filth that flows from the past into the future. I taught you to incorporate the experiences from your journey into how you fight. I suppose what happened today will become an inseparable part of who I am.
Okay, so Paimon feels like she's missing some important context.
It's fine, Paimon.
Whatever. Paimon brought back tons of delicious snacks. Let's dig in.
The three of you enjoy the snacks.
All right. It's about time we finished what we started.
Holy shit, is there more?
For good, right?
Let's show him what we're made of.
This time, I'm not going to tell you to hold back. But having digested even more power in the meantime, he's going to be tougher than before. The good news is, we have no reason to pull our punches this time.
Okay. So, we will have to finish this tomorrow. Because I have to go eat dinner. That is unfortunately a priority I have. So we're gonna end for today. And then we'll pick this back up tomorrow.